That's all right, baby. Everything's all right. Mommy's here. Nothing's going to happen to our baby. Mommy's here. That's all right. No, baby. Please, Mommy's here. Mommy's here. Here, baby. Baby, Mommy wants you to drink some water. That's a good girl.
Esther, now once again, sitting here doing
You asked her everything twice already. Don't you have any feelings? Can't you see this child is sick?
This man has a job to do.
You've got to show some respect. You can't walk all over people.
She'll probably be able to tell you a lot more later.
Should we keep this up so fast? This is it. Right now, we're as close to when it happened as we can get. Whoever did this thing isn't too far away yet. The longer we wait...
Well, you're the police. You worry about it. I'm worrying about my child.
Hon, the man is trying to do a job. Let us help him, hon. He's trying to catch a murderer.
I don't care. What do you all expect to get from a hysterical child? What do you expect?
Mama, I didn't fall asleep, Mama. It wasn't my fault, Mama. Tell him, please tell him it wasn't my fault, Mama. Please, Mama, tell Mr. and Mrs. Salim I won't let anything happen to Kathy, Mama. I wouldn't. Tell him, Mama.
Baby, it's all right. It's all right. Baby, it's all right, Mama.
I'm sorry.
These are the parents! Don't you understand? This is their house! It's their kid!
I should have said something.
Who are you? You friends of theirs?
Did you drive it?
Yes. What have you been doing? Were you playing cards?
No. How long did it take you to get here?
We were listening to music.
What's your name?
What was their reaction when they got the
What's that got
call?
to do with anything?
Mama, tell him it wasn't my fault, Mama. I didn't fall asleep. Mama, tell him.
It's all right, darling. It's all right.
Mr. and Mrs. Selena, we'd like you to make a formal identification. We don't need both of you if Mrs. Selena wants to.
May I see her, please? Was it a sex crime?
The doctor says no.
Can you tell me what did happen?
Pillow was placed over her head and face, prevented her from breathing.
Why?
Well, we can only speculate. May have been in the course of a burglary. Child awakened, cried out. Burglar tried to stifle her cries. Or it may have been some other person whose motive we don't know yet.
You say she was suffocated.
Yes.
Had a painful way to die.
Well, I'd imagine frightening and painful. And in a child that age, for a very short time. A very short time. You recognize the deceased? I beg your pardon? You recognize the deceased?
We do.
What's her name, please? Full name?
Catherine Marilyn Selina.
How old is she?
4 years, 7 months.
Where does she live?
Here, in this house.
12,319 Faston Circle Drive, Westwood, California. Are you related to Catherine Selina?
Yes.
In what way are you related to Catherine Selina?
She's my daughter.
I'm her mother.
About 4 packs of cigarettes and 3 drinks.
Well, if you let us stop someplace, I wouldn't have to bum from you.
I like having you indebted to me. We're working on the theory of a homicide in the course of a burglary. A lot of pieces don't make it, though. The parents went out to visit with friends, leaving the child with a babysitter, Esther Hinch, age 15. Parents left about 8:15. Baby was sleeping. Esther turned on television, started to do her homework. Esther went to the child's room, looked in. At that time, the child was fine, asleep.
Did she turn on the light?
She says no.
Was there a night light in the room?
I don't know. I didn't look. When I got there, it was all lit up. But I'm convinced you could go into that room without putting on the light and be absolutely sure whether the child was all right or not.
Anyway, according to the story, at 9 o'clock, the child was in bed. When we got there, she was on the floor.
That's right. Now, between 9 and 10 o'clock, a babysitter was doing her homework and watching television. She heard no noises.
Well, you can see that her bedroom was quite a distance from the living room.
At 10 o'clock, she went into the room to check. The child was on the floor, dead. She called us.
So if the babysitter was doing her homework in the living room, there was at least one light on there. Could you see it from the street?
Mm-hmm.
So between 9 and 10 o'clock at night, when it's almost certain that there's at least one person up in the house, the burglar decides that's the time to go to work.
Well, maybe he figures that's the best time to go because people aren't asleep yet. They're all in the front room watching television.
The window open in the child's room?
Always. The screen window, the screen was in place.
If there were footprints, I imagine you would have said so.
That's right.
There are other ways you could have gotten in. Up there, down here, for example.
Let's consider other possibilities. Another possibility is a 15-year-old babysitter alone in the house. She's doing her homework and watching television. She doesn't want to be disturbed. The child she's sitting with begins to cry or fuss for some reason. The babysitter warns her to cut it out. The child continues to be a nuisance. The babysitter gets up, goes into the child's room to quiet her. Now then, maybe half joking, half to scare the child, maybe in a fit of temper, the babysitter covers the child's face with a pillow. The child begins to holler. The babysitter gets scared and smothers that hollering. Then she sees the child is dead. She goes to work, ransack the room, opens drawers, pulls things out of the closet to make it look like a burglary. Did you really question that babysitter, Nick? Did you really try to shake her story?
No.
Why not?
I chickened out.
You're making that up. You're just trying to make me doubt my sanity.
Doctor had to give the child a sedative. Besides which, the mother wouldn't even let us near her.
Carl, I just don't feel the...
Feel? Nick, you're not paid to feel. You are paid to collect facts.
All right. It's a fact the girl was hysterical. It's also a fact I couldn't get anything out of her anyway. And it is also a fact I chickened out.
All right. Tomorrow's another day. Get your report down on paper and go home.
After the funeral, if I can get Adele to spend a couple of weeks with her mother.
You should probably get away yourself for a while.
I want to break things. I want to take them into my hands and kind of break them into little pieces. Like an ashtray or a hammer. I want to smash it against a wall. It takes you 20 years to build a home. You make the money, you buy the lousy house, and you come home one night and it's empty.
Let me help you.
Oh, that's fine. You know, I was thinking in the kitchen, you ought to go home and get some sleep so you can go to work in the morning.
It's 20 after 4.
You could still get home and get some sleep. I plan to stay here for a couple of days. Where's Adele?
Oh, I thought she was asleep. Didn't you give her the pill?
Yes, I gave it to her. She took it.
What's she doing with a vacuum cleaner?
No.
What are you doing?
Sleeping pill doesn't work.
I don't want you in this room. I want you to get out of this room, okay? I want you to leave this room alone. I don't want you to come in here, and I don't want you to look in here. I want you to stay out of this room. I want you to leave it alone, see? There's nothing to clean up in here anymore. There's nothing to clean up for. I want you out of this room. Leave it the way it is. You forget. You'll forget this room. You forget this room.
Easy!
All right, Wayne. forgive me?
Just thought I'd do something with my hands. I have some fresh coffee made now. I can't. I can't just leave this room like this. You go ahead and have coffee. They brought this in from the living room. I mean, can you imagine? I would have provided ashtrays if I meant for anyone to smoke in here.
Come on, Jack.
No, I'll be all right.
Come on.
Come on, I'll be right with you. Go on, will you? Please? Please. Come on, I got something to say.
Come on.
Can I bring a cup of coffee in here?
No.
I'm so sorry, Del. Del, people grow together or they split apart. I've never needed you as much in our lives as I need you right now. Don't turn your back on me, Del. I need you.
I'm here. I'm not running away. Just give me a little bit to myself. Just a couple of hours.
Can I do anything?
No, I just need to work. I'll, clean up and I'll work and I'll get everything clean again and then I'll come in.
Okay.
He left his cap behind for us to find. For us to find him by.
What do you want me to tell you?
Who owns the cap and where he is?
Approximately, anyway.
You guys come in here with a cap and think all I have to do is sniff the hair oil, turn the sweatband inside out, pick up a few loose hairs with a vacuum cleaner, and tell you the owner's age, weight, and disposition.
Well, I'd appreciate if you'd tell me what you can tell me.
It's a cap, size 7 3/4.
Uh-huh.
Fairly large skull size, but not abnormal.
Yes?
No laundry or dry cleaning marks, no initials. There is a union label, and you can find the manufacturer without a lot of trouble. And he probably can tell you the retail outlets, and maybe somebody will remember selling it and to whom. just like in the movies. And maybe not. And just maybe, after you check every retail outlet in the city, you find the owner likes to travel and bought it in another city.
Charlie, why are you shouting at us?
Because every time I don't tell you exactly what you want to know, you stand there looking at me as if I stink.
Charlie, you're getting old. We may have to replace you with a computing machine. Great Scott.
By George.
Charlie, I'm no scientist, but even I can tell that the man who wore this hat was left-handed, wore a vest, and had one big bushy eyebrow.
Right or left?
Well, I wouldn't like to commit myself without more data.
Well, much obliged, Charlie.
Leave the cap. I'll go over it.
What for? You already told us what you're not going to find out.
What do you want it for?
Charlie, you may not have much respect for this cap, but we're very attached to it. It's the only lead we've got. You know, I understand how you found out the man was left-handed and how you know he has a bushy eyebrow. But how'd you find out he wore a vest?
Very simple. Vests are coming back. Aren't they?
I have time to make a fast phone call.
5-10 minutes anyway.
Hello? Hello, Mr. Selena. Sergeant Anderson. You have something to tell me?
Yes. There was something taken. A little toy cash register she had. Well, a little bank that looked like a cash register.
Who takes a kid's bank?
The babysitter said she went in to take another look at the little girl at 10 o'clock. That's how the cap got under the bed. First, the guy panicked when he heard the child wake up and smothered her. Then he ransacked the room. Then he heard the babysitter coming, and he hid under the bed. Not in the closet. The closet door was open, but under the bed.
That's the way a kid would act.
7 3/4 is an adult-sized head.
All right, we have an adult who acts like a kid, or a kid who's adult size and acts like a kid.
Well, anyway, we're talking about a burglar, not a babysitter. 11 reports in 16 months. Somebody comes in a window or a door at the back of the house, grabs and runs. 6 pocketbooks. Now, here's a place he took cash hidden in a flour can in the kitchen. Nobody home. Never touches furs, never touches silver, nothing that has to be fenced. Took 2 other kids' banks. No suspects, no arrests.
All right. Everything in a 2-mile radius.
Roughly. Here he is. Under this cap, he walked around with a face and a name and an address. People saw him. Sweated in the sun, scowled, laughed, said good morning, asked for a glass of water.
I wouldn't want to be him.
Why wouldn't you? I know, why would you, but why wouldn't you?
Would you like to walk around knowing that you had killed a 5-year-old child?
Maybe it doesn't touch him.
Well, then he's not human. He's some kind of a monster.
We'll see.
Blank.
Can't be blank. 11 burglaries and 1 murder in the same neighborhood. Can't be an accident.
All right, he's invisible. He lives here, but nobody sees him.
Well, maybe he doesn't live here. Maybe he just comes here.
He comes here and nobody sees him.
All right. Why is he invisible? Now think about it. Why is the man invisible?
People look at him, they don't pay any attention.
That's right. Like the postman and the milkman and the man who delivers the groceries.
No.
Well, why not?
We checked every house. Somebody would have remembered.
Why? We ring a doorbell. We say, we're police looking for a murderer. Now, this is a law-abiding neighborhood. They want to help us. They try to think of a murderer. They don't know any murderers. Then they think back to the last time they saw a stranger wearing a cap. But the postman isn't a stranger. The milkman isn't a stranger. And the delivery boy isn't a stranger.
We rang the wrong bells. People who deliver things go around the back door. Probably the people who answer the front door never even see them. It's the kitchen cook or the maid. They're the only ones who ever see the cat.
Excuse me, ma'am. We're police officers.
You know the man who owns this cap?
I'll tell you where to find him.
There are a couple of guys over there to see you.
You the manager?
Yeah. You have a delivery man here by the name of Morton? Does this cap belong to him, do you think? Well, is he here now?
He went home. Finished his work and went home.
Give us his address, please.
8426 Stapleton Street.
Full name.
Just ask for Morton.
Make a habit of remembering the addresses of everybody who works for you?
No.
Oh, this Morton. Is he a special friend of yours? I'm worried, you see. I don't want to leave here, have you pick up the phone, tell him we're coming.
He's my son.
Looking for Morton where?
He's not here.
We hold a warrant for his arrest on suspicion of murder.
He's not here.
This is a warrant to search the premises.
He's not here. I tell you he's not here!
Don't raise your voice, Mrs. Ware. Don't try to signal me.
Listen. Go away now and come back tomorrow morning. What do you want him for? You'd have to put him on trial and it would just cost everybody their time and money. What do you care? Come back tomorrow morning. And you'll see what could happen overnight. He doesn't walk good. Stumbles over his own feet all the time. With a little help, he could fall downstairs and break his neck. You understand?
Uh-huh.
Come back tomorrow morning. I swear to you, by all that's holy to me. Come back tomorrow morning.
Where is he, Mrs. Ware?
I know what he did. He told me. Let me do what I was saying. Let me save everybody else the trouble.
Morton, come on out.
I heard you were looking for me. You asked everybody all over the neighborhood about me, didn't you?
Take your cap off.
You shut up!
Take your cap off in the house. How many times? Take it off!
Every time somebody comes in, you want them to see it.
Well, you don't fool anybody with those caps anyhow.
Put this one on. Put it on.
On where? You're under arrest.
All right, let's go. Outside. All right, come on, come on. Take that pass and you go down there and show it to the guy at the gate. He'll tell you what to do.
You tell him not to hurt me.
Anybody hurt you so far?
Well, you tell him. You call down and tell him anybody hurts me, I'll kill him. No shoving around.
Take your cap off. Take the cap off. It's against the rules.
Over there. You recognize him?
Yeah, from the papers.
Judge Hoadley asked me if I'd defend him. I have to decide one way or the other when we walk out of here. That's why I brought you along, Mitchell, my boy. You're going to make the decision for me. You tell me his life depends on my defending him. I'll take him. Might be more comfortable if you sat down. My name is John Egan. I'm a lawyer. The court asked me if I wanted to be your lawyer. Do you understand?
Why didn't my mother come?
I don't know. Why don't you take your cap off?
You mind your own business.
Excuse me.
My father's working, that's why he didn't come.
I want you to understand, I haven't decided whether or not I'm going to be your lawyer and defend you. I have to ask you some questions first.
Who's he?
He's my assistant.
He helps you?
He helps me.
When you get through with me, do you have to stay here, or do they let you out?
They let me out.
Well, you tell my mother that I want to see her.
I may do that if you answer my questions. How much school have you had?
I went all the way through public school. Then when I got into high school, I got discontinued.
When was that?
In the first year.
Why?
I hit a teacher.
Why?
He got me sore.
Why?
What do you care? Why?
What other fights did you get into, Morton? Did you get arrested for them?
Yeah.
How many times? Morton, you got arrested for fighting. Did you get arrested for anything else? Did you get arrested for stealing? I can look these things up, you know.
Okay.
What did you do when you left school?
Got a job.
What kind of a job?
You know where my father works? My father's the manager there. He got me my job.
Did you make a lot of money on that job?
He took it all away from me. Every week I come home, my mother would take it all away. I couldn't do anything about that. Every time I said, don't take my money, she said, get out. Now, where was I supposed to go? I'm not so smart.
How do you know you're not so smart?
Don't kid me.
Is that when you started to steal things, to get back the money your mother took?
That's right. You know why she's not here right now, don't you? Because she's always fooling around with those other kids.
Who's that?
My brothers. That's who she worries about.
How much money did you make a week?
Well, my father said $45. But then they hand me the envelope. There's only $36 in it, and I say, where's the rest? My father says, that's withholding. Every week, $36, that's all.
Did you give your mother some money?
$6.
Well, that left $30 a week.
Well, I needed money.
What for?
Well, anybody needs money.
What did you do with your money, Morton?
Watch out and stop asking me questions.
What did you spend your money on?
Well, I bought things.
What kind of things?
Well, I bought nice suits to look nice.
Go ahead.
And sometimes I went to the movies.
Go on, Morton. What else?
And cigarettes when I wanted them.
Did you buy liquor?
Yeah, I bought liquor. I'm old enough. And I got drunk.
Is that when you went out to steal things?
Yeah.
Doesn't that make you ashamed?
Well, I just took things.
What were you looking for when you went out stealing?
Well, I was just, looking to take.
To take what? Money?
Look, sometimes I threw the money away in the streets.
What did you want, Morton? Toys?
I don't know.
You didn't have to get drunk to steal a toy.
Well, sometimes I bought my own toys with my own money.
What did you go out after, Morton? What did you get drunk and go out after?
You shut up or I'll kill you!
Is that what you went out after, Morton? To find somebody to kill?
Bet your sweet life I wanted to kill somebody.
Why did you tell the police you killed Kathy Selina? Did they make you tell them?
No, I just told them.
Or was it on your conscience? Did it bother you?
No, it didn't bother me.
Morton, what do you think about killing?
What do you mean, what do I think about killing?
I mean, do you think it's all right to kill? Is it all right for just you to kill?
You shouldn't kill.
But you killed Kathy Selina. Why?
I was in a house. She started making noise. I didn't want to get caught. So I put the pillow over, I put the pillow over her face.
Well, didn't you know that could hurt her?
Yeah, I knew.
Are you sure? How did you know? No.
Well, the way I used to play with the other kids and my mother, she'd holler at me.
Your brothers?
Yeah, sometimes I would put the pillow over them and my mother would come in and holler that I was killing them.
Did you believe her?
Yeah, that was the truth. I mean, sometimes when she wasn't there, I'd like to see how far I could go. But then I got scared and I stopped.
Because you knew they could die. But you stopped. Why didn't you stop when you knew you were killing Kathy Selina? Were you too frightened to know what you were doing?
What for?
Well, didn't you hear somebody coming? Isn't that why you hid under the bed? You were confused and scared, and you killed Kathy, and you hid under the bed?
Nobody came till later. Then I got scared and I hid under the bed. I was alone. I thought, I'll stop. Then I thought, she's better than me. I'll kill her, so I did.
Morton, do you know what happens to you if you kill someone?
Well, they give you the gas chamber, you die.
Do you want to die?
Well, what else can I do?
All right, we're through now.
Well, you please tell my mother that I want to see her. You tell her that I got in every paper. You tell her pictures and everything. You tell her that I want to see her. I don't care what she says. Look, they put me in the papers. See? Look, see? See?
I wouldn't touch him with a 10-foot pole.
Why?
Why? John, what is there to defend him with? Insanity? No. No, he knows right from wrong. He's not insane. He knew exactly what he was doing. He confessed without duress. What would you undertake to prove? For him against the DA's case. Suppose you put him on the stand. Do you really think he could stand up in front of a jury and win sympathy? No, the DA would knock his brains out. There's nothing to defend him with. There's no point in even trying.
Well, never mind how you conduct the defense. If you were on the jury, how would you judge him?
Guilty as sin, without mercy, and I wouldn't even have to leave the courtroom to make up my mind.
And you think that's the way a jury would react?
That's how I would react if I were on the jury.
Mitch, you find no extenuating circumstances? You find nothing for that poor, sad man except to excommunicate him from your private sympathy? You deny him even the smallest measure of forgiveness? Not even a little bit? Not even mercy?
John, I am very sorry for him, but I cannot forgive him.
And therefore you recommend he should not be defended?
What possible defense is there? The whole trial, the whole act of putting him on trial is nothing but a rubber stamp on a foregone conclusion.
Why? Have you already set the date for his execution? He's not a very likable man. And that's the whole point. If he were a good old likable Mort, his position wouldn't be so isolated. He wouldn't be so helpless. What I find terrifying, Mitchell, is that his life depends on my goodwill. And I don't like him. That's it. That's the whole point. If there was just something about him that people could like just a little bit, his life wouldn't rest so precariously in our cold hands. But you're right about one thing. I don't see any chance for a courtroom defense. But then a courtroom is just the last place a defense is possible.
Ian?
Yes, Mr. Penn.
Jerry?
Oh, how's young Mr. Pine today?
I've been talking with John Egan.
Oh?
5 or 6 hours, all day, on the Ware case. He doesn't think we ought to go in on murder 1.
Oh, well, what does he have in mind? Involuntary manslaughter, maybe?
I told him I'd come on over and talk to you about it.
You're kidding.
I think he's got a point.
Barry Pine, you're a little out of character, aren't you?
Why?
Well, you're the boy who's always hollering for blood.
I think he's got a point of law.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe the law changed since this morning when you and John Egan started to discuss the fine points. But the last time I looked, there was still murder 1 for homicide and the perpetration or attempt to perpetrate arson, rape, mayhem, burglary, or robbery. Now, what is it? Do we have some new information? Is the report that Kathy Salina was killed erroneous? Are you telling me now that Kathy Salina is still alive?
Oh, now, listen.
Well, maybe Ware didn't do it. Is that the situation? Of course, I heard him confess. I thought you did, too. But maybe we misunderstood the situation. Maybe he confessed under duress. Is that what John Egan has in mind? Maybe that's what you have in mind.
Don't talk to me as if I were a kid just out of law school.
A kid out of law school wouldn't let Egan cut him out of his position.
Jerry, I don't change my mind very often, but when I do, I generally have a pretty good reason. Now, you ought to listen to it with respect.
I'm giving you the respect of honest anger. We went through this thing 110 times. We sat down together in this office, and we went over this thing, didn't we? We went over the confession. We went over the evidence. We went over the psychiatric reports. We went over Ware's police record.
When you're ready to listen, I think I can explain.
Why does anybody want this job? All right, go ahead, explain.
Good. Now, the quality of justice is not always found in the specific letter of the law.
What is this, one of Egan's quotes?
Maybe sometimes, with a person like Ware, we've got to take into consideration the history of his whole life.
Oh, his whole life? Oh, all right. At the age of 9, he deliberately poured a pot of hot boiling water on his kid brother. When he was 14, he beat up a child of 8 so badly that child had to be hospitalized for a month. And when he was 16, his own mother went to the police to swear out a complaint. And why? Because of his constant physical abuse of his brothers. And now, oh, now we have the culmination of his life in the murder of a little 4-year-old girl. And he says, and I quote, "I took a second to think over whether or not I should kill her. And then I decided that I would." His whole life, I know his whole life. Barry, don't you walk out on me. I'm talking to you.
I want to be taken off this case.
Oh, come on, Barry. Take it easy.
Jerry, I cannot morally go into that courtroom and prosecute this case.
Well, John Egan has wrapped you up pretty good, hasn't he?
Jerry, I wasn't moved by his eloquence. I was convinced by his arguments.
Oh, come on.
Of course, compared to you, I was at some disadvantage because I listened to those arguments.
Barry, you only think you were moved by argumentation. You want to know something? You were brainwashed.
Forget it.
Barry!
Oh, yeah. Hello, Jerry. How are you?
Egan, I mark you lousy. Why didn't you come and take it up with me? Do you know that Barry Pine just took himself off this case? You know this office. Were you trying to put pressure on me through Barry?
I tried to talk to you for 4 days.
Well, maybe it means I didn't want to talk.
Jerry, you're being arbitrary and whimsical. Now, if you don't want to talk to me, give me some time to talk to you.
Irish, you're off base.
Miller.
Cosmo?
Yes.
I'll have to cancel the haircut. I only have time for a shave.
Well, how are things going at the courthouse?
Oh, unfortunately, we're pretty busy.
Wonderful.
Well, if this isn't a pleasant surprise.
You. All right, come on. Don't play games with me, huh?
No, I don't know. I couldn't talk to you privately, so I thought a public conversation might be in order.
And, John, don't push me around now, please.
All right, Jerry. No pushing. But I have to talk to you, my friend. Now, I don't care where. It can be your office, or your home, or my office, or my home, or the park, or the street, or right here. But I have to talk to you. Now, you just tell me when and where, oh, buddy.
All right. This is as good a place as any. I may have my eyes closed, but I won't be sleeping. I'll just be lying here with my eyes closed.
How would you describe Morton Ware? Would you say he's the kind of a person that you could easily warm up to? Oh, come on, Jerry. You must have formed some kind of an opinion. Would you say he was vain? Cruel? Would you say he was cruel? Arrogant, vicious, stupid, all right? In short, unsympathetic?
That's right. Unsympathetic. And he committed an unsympathetic crime.
He did willfully and with malice kill 4-year-old Kathy Selena as she lay innocently asleep in her own bed. That's the allegation, isn't it?
That's the allegation. And that's the indictment, and that's the fact.
Not until a jury comes in and says so.
Well, don't lose any sleep over that, because they will come in, believe me, and they will say so.
You don't think they can come back with a not guilty verdict?
Oh, come on.
Why not? What do you think's going to happen to that jury when I take them by the metaphorical hand and lead them step by step down the whole twisted misery of Morton Ware's life? You don't think that jury's going to be turned inside out emotionally? You don't think there's going to be a few tears shed in that courtroom?
Well, don't make me cry now because my handkerchief is in my jacket pocket over there.
You don't think I have any chance of acquittal at all?
And
None?
don't blackmail me with the threat that you can get him off. You think you can?
One
Go
chance
ahead.
in 1,000?
I'm not Barry Pine.
One
I'm
in
not a boy.
10,000, Jerry.
I'm not going to push the panic button.
One in 10
million. Get him off. Let's let him come to
If there's that much chance, I will walk him through.
Well, let me tell you how much chance you have, Mr. Regan. That jury's not going to listen to you. That jury's going to sit there with their eyes stuck on Ware, just waiting for you to finish your mumbling so they can stand up and pronounce him guilty. They're going to take one look at him, and hate him, and convict him 10 seconds after they sit down in that jury box.
You are absolutely right, Mr. Miller. In other words, the judgment is going to be made solely on the basis of Ware's personality. The evidence will not be listened to and will not be weighed. The facts will not be sifted. Nothing will be judged impartially, and the man will be guilty. Is that the due process of law he's entitled to?
The man is guilty.
I'll plead him guilty. Just don't take his life.
Look, John, I have no control over that. Now, you know that. I cannot do anything about that.
You put him in prison. Put him in a mental hospital. Set it up so he spends the rest of his life away from society, with no time off, with no chance for reprieve or parole. That's the right thing to do, Jerry. That's fair. Don't you think I know if we put him back in the streets, he'll kill someone? Don't make me fight for his acquittal. What happens if I win?
All right, then don't fight so hard.
Jerry, how can I move you?
John, I don't think you can. So give up. You're standing there with empty hands.
Who's that?
Those are the boy's parents.
Mr. and Mrs. Ware? I'm John Egan. Will you come into my office? Won't you sit down? I've been trying to reach you people for over a week now.
We had the phone turned off.
I sent you letters, telegrams. I sent people from this office over to your house to talk to you.
We don't want nothing to do with Morton.
Your son is in terrible trouble, Mrs. Ware. He needs you very badly.
Well, it sure wasn't done to him.
I'll have to be very blunt. The fact is, there's very little we can do for him. Almost nothing. I want to bring you and Mr. Ware into court, put you on the stand, and through you, bring out all the background of Morton's life, all the extenuating circumstances we can find for him.
You're talking to the wrong people. We want to see him punished.
Well, he'll be punished. Don't you think anything else?
And that's all there is to it, isn't it?
Look, Mrs. Ware, nobody is asking you to judge your son. Nobody would be so cruel as to ask you and your husband to judge your own son. Nobody would take away from you your right to feel his pain and to fight for him. That's not wrong. That's the right thing for you to do. Now, every time I see Morton, he asks to see you. Can I tell him you'll come to see him?
You can tell him that I said not to be a baby. For once in his life, to take his punishment like a man. I've got enough to do without visiting prisons. Tell him I said so.
Don't you have any natural feelings?
Not for dirt.
Dirt? You're talking about your own son.
That's all he is.
Don't you or your husband have any feeling of responsibility for that boy?
Not for dirt.
But it's your dirt, Mrs. Ware. What gives you the right to throw it in the street and leave it to the charity of strangers to clean up for you?
Here's a check for $50. That's all we have. Don't come to us for any more. And don't think that this $50 was easy for us to come by.
Mrs. Ware, I was assigned by the court to defend your son. His defense is on the house. Thanks for your time and your charity. keep wondering how much you really understand.
I understand plenty of things.
Morton, later on today, we'll be going into court. Now, this isn't a trial yet. This is what they call a preliminary hearing. But just the same, it's very important how you behave yourself.
Where will my mother be?
I don't think your mother will be there. I want you to listen. Your life depends on how you listen to me.
Maybe she'll watch it on TV.
No TV.
I thought I was going to be on TV.
No TV. No newspaper pictures. No publicity of any kind. Do you understand? If anybody tries to take your picture, I want you to put your hand right over your face. Morton.
I don't think my father could get the day off for something like this. Who do you think I ought to ask? Maybe my brother Ross.
Your brother has no business there, Morton. He's only 11 years old.
Well, he's my brother.
Will you listen?
How come you told me to listen to you all the time, but you never listened to me then?
All right, Morton. What is it?
Well, I'm scared to be in there alone.
In the court?
Yeah, with the judge and all those people.
Well, I'll be right there with you, right beside you.
Oh, don't let them hurt me.
Nobody will hurt you.
Well, keep the big hands off me.
Calm down. Now, Morton, when you come into court, the guard will show you where to sit. You sit down quietly. You put your hands on the table in front of you, just the way mine are. Now, you sit like that. Don't say a word. Don't say a thing unless someone asks you a question. You be quiet and polite.
It's like my mother taking me someplace to visit.
That's exactly how I want you to behave.
On August the 14th of this year, did you receive a call asking you to go to the residence of one Jack Salina at 12,319 Faston Circle Drive, Westwood, California?
I did.
And did you go there?
I did.
And what did you find there?
Body of a child, female.
Child was dead?
She was.
What was the child's name?
Catherine Marilyn Salina.
And how do you know that?
She was identified by her parents, Jack and Adele Salina.
No questions.
Your excuse, Sergeant. Thank you. Jack Salina?
I want to talk to my mother! What's the matter with you?
Yes?
My name is John Egan. I'm defense attorney for Morton Ware. May I come in?
Yes, come in.
Thank you. Mr. Salina. Sit down, sir. Thank you. I don't ordinarily apologize for what I do or say, but this time I have to. I'm sorry for what I have to make you do now.
What do you have to make us do?
I have to make you go to the district attorney and plead for Morton Ware's life.
I believe you're wasting your time, Mr. Aiken.
When I took Ware's case, I didn't know how to defend him. I looked to the facts to see if they could prove him innocent, but he was guilty. I went to the district attorney to ask for clemency. I couldn't move him. So I turned to Ware's parents to see if they'd lift a hand to help their child. Whatever he did, he was still their child. But his mother turned her back and his father turned his mind off. You see, the district attorney can use Ware's death for the state. And his mother, she can use it to rid herself of the dry rot of guilt and failure. And his father won't have to look in a mirror anymore and say to himself, my son is a murderer. What part did I play in bringing that about? But you two have no use and no need for Ware's death. It has no value to you. So you have no motive for killing him.
You don't think so?
If Ware's dead, what will you get out of it?
His life for my daughter's life.
An eye for an eye?
An eye for an eye.
Well, there are all sorts of eyes, Mrs. Selina. Some are blue, some are brown. Some sparkle, some are dull. Some eyes are very sharp, some are blind. Any eye for any eye at all, Mrs. Selina? Is that a fair exchange? A blind eye for a good one?
At least he won't be alive in a world that she can't enjoy.
Do you really think Morton Ware is alive and capable of enjoyment? Your daughter was 4 years old, Mr. Selina. Children that age are bright and sweet and filled with beauty and life.
Yes.
Do you think Morton Ware is bright or sweet or beautiful? I tell you, his life burns very dimly. His mind is drab and dusty. His dim, unseen eye for your daughter, is that your equity?
Then give me back Kathy and he can keep his miserable life.
Mrs. Selina, I can't give you back Kathy and neither can Ware. Not if he's alive and not if he's dead. He's nothing to you alive. And if he's dead, there's nothing you can do with that either. That's what I'm trying to explain to both of you. His death has no use to you in any way. You have no need for it. It won't even satisfy your terrible need for vengeance.
Mr. Regan, what are we supposed to do? What are we supposed to do?
I think you have to help me save Ware's life.
You have no right to try to do this. Not in this house. Now, would you like to walk up there and take a look at that empty bed in that empty room? That's what he did to us. Now, is it too much, then, to ask for his life? It's ours. His life is ours, and you have no right to try to take it away from us because that is our right. To say that we want him dead, too. I don't care if it's not enough. I don't care if it's not a fair exchange. I don't care if it's not a good bargain. That's all he has. And if that's all there is, then it's just got to be enough because I want it. I want it.
I understand. I'll be leaving here in a few minutes. But first, there's something I'd like to set straight. I didn't come here to judge you or to make you judge yourself. I came here because it seemed to be the natural thing to do. Every day I go into the courts and I defend people, and a lot of them are guilty. The district attorney stands up and he offers the proof of guilt, and the jury listens. Then I stand up and I take the man's case and I turn it over and around and I show it to the jury from many different points of view. Now, when the jury understands the whole thing, sometimes they feel merciful, even toward a man whose guilt is absolutely certain. Because that's what the jury is. It's a part of the law, part of the humanity of the law. But what was there here in Morton Ware's case? Where could I find a jury to even look at any mitigating circumstances I might find? Nowhere. That's why I came to you. And that's what I'm asking you to be, a jury. Oh, it's unfair. It's unfair to ask the hurt parties to divest themselves of their hurt and make an impartial judgment. It's unfair, but where else can Morton Ware turn? Where else? Now, I want to ask you to consider two things. If you take Ware's life in exchange for your daughter, you'll lose. You'll be shortchanged. And all your life, you'll feel that you were cheated. And all your life, you'll be looking for that difference. You'll be preoccupied with that difference. You'll spend all your days trying to convince yourselves that it's all right, that Morton Ware's life was enough. And you'll have your grief anyway. On the other hand, I ask you to consider this. You can plead for Ware's life and know yourselves to be people of decency and morality. People who behaved in the very best way in the most difficult of circumstances. Think about it. What is that except simple Christianity?
You're asking us to behave like saints.
That's the way saints behave. We're just fools.
That's for you to say. I told you I put my case to the jury the best way I know how. Then they make their decision. I won't bother you anymore. Here's my private number. If you want me, you can reach me here day or night. Now, Morton, it's coming very...
I'm sorry what happened yesterday.
It's all right.
What's going to happen now? They're not going to give me a trial?
No, you'll have your trial.
Well, I get scared waiting. Will it be soon?
Soon enough. In a way, it's going on right now. I'm waiting for a phone call from the jury.
Well, I didn't know they called you on the telephone.
If you're lucky, Morton.
Now, I wanted to ask you something. Who was that man who picked me up?
That was the father of the little girl you killed.
No. I couldn't have done anything bad to him. He was very nice to me.
Well, since the defense and the prosecution are agreed in this matter, the court's not going to argue with you. I think the reasons you set forth are cogent. I think justice can be served fairly by setting Ware apart from society for the rest of his life. All right, let's set the date for sentencing. December 4th?
Fine.
No bail, of course.
No, sir.
I never thought you'd make it with this one.
You think we won?
I think you made a miracle.
Mitchell, my boy, a miracle is when you change Morton Ware into somebody fit to stay in society. Not out of it.